Hey guys, what's up? So I have promised that I would be doing the raids list, and this is an epic video for the raids, and I am starting with one of my favorites, which I have done and completed, and I had gotten a few of the things that was required for a bounty. But I get to start with Crota's raid. Crota's End raid. Yeah, I can't talk. Okay, so the Hellmouth. I'm gonna dive deep. I'm gonna dive quickly deep, and I'm gonna try to get as far as I can without my video stopping at 23 minutes or a little over 23 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start reading the Hellmouth. The first thing the fire team will encounter when spawning is an isolated platform on the rim of the Hellmouth. There will be a circular plate on the ground that a guardian must stand in, which will slowly form a bridge extending out over the pit. Once the bridge has been formed, the team should walk onto it and towards the center and drop through the hole at the end to enter the Hellmouth and begin the raid. You're in the stills. That's where you land, in the stills. The team will lead in a lighted area at the bottom of the Hellmouth. A pillar of white light can be seen in the distance. This area, outside the starting point, will continuously apply a debuff called Weight of Darkness, which can stack up to 10 times. It disables the ability to double jump and reduces movement speed. Weight of Darkness can only be removed by standing close to one of the lighted pillars. However, as each pillar is used, the light will eventually turn orange/red, indicating that it has absorbed as much darkness as it can. Once the light is a deep red, it will explode, killing anyone caught in the blast. The team must travel from light to light, fighting hordes of thrall and knights and the occasional cursed thrall and major knight until reaching the end of the area. This only requires one guardian to complete, so I prefer the team may choose one player to complete this alone, and the others can fight off the thrall. So pretty much, the stills you just run through, run to each white light, and then as soon as you're done, you'll come to another area called the bridge. The bridge, to both the left and right of the forming circle, are floating pillars called annihilation totems. While the bridge is being formed, the totems will start turning orange and will wipe the team after a few seconds. This must be countered by having two additional players, one on each side, stand in the circles beneath the totems. The players can also abandon the attempt to form the bridge by stepping out of the circle to prevent a wipe if the totems have not yet fired. The phase is begun when a guardian begins forming the bridge, which will trigger enemy spawns. Among the normal hive, there is a sword bearer. So pretty much you have to fight off the sword bearer, and that's not easy because you have to take the sword from the sword bearer so you can fly across. The Death Singer. This phase requires a team to kill the Death Singer, who is located within the chamber housing a large crystal and shielded off from the players. When the players enter the area, a message will appear. The Death Singer prepares her song. After 2 minutes and 40 seconds, she will start the Liturgy of Ruin, which lasts 30 seconds. If RU is not killed before Liturgy of Ruin is complete, the fire team will be wiped. In other words, everybody dies. Then you have Crota, the Son of Oryx, which is the next phase. The crystal in Uryut's chamber may be used to spawn Crota, Son of Oryx, by having every player stand very close to it. Once started, the shielded doorways will come up, sealing the team within the room while knights and acolytes spawn outside and surround it. Crota will spawn on the platform across from the crystal chamber. Once Crota has spawned, the shielded doors will drop and the horde will attack you. So pretty much during the entire fight, a debuff will be active called Presence of Crota, which reveals normal health, which prevents normal health, and regeneration. Health may be regenerated by claiming the Chalice of Light, an item which spawns in the arena below, and may be held by one player at a time. Picking up the chalice or taking it from another player will immediately trigger regeneration, and holding it will allow regeneration to work normally. Any weapon perks, armor perks, or subclass abilities that grant health regeneration will still work. So, pretty much, just do your best. Try to get through the raid without having to wipe. If you have to wipe, then that means you have to start the raid all over. And if you get to a checkpoint like Crota, Son of Oryx, or you, the Death Singer, if you wipe, it'll restart from your checkpoint, which is not a bad thing. That is actually a good thing. So, Crota possesses a shield which can be damaged by normal weapons, but will recharge almost immediately if not continuously fired upon. Once the shield is down, Crota will kneel for about 5 to 7 seconds. During these 5 to 7 seconds, his health is vulnerable to damage by a Hive Cleaver, which the players must obtain by killing a sword bearer in the arena below his walkway. So, where the crystal chamber is, across from there, that's where Crota spawns. And underneath, in the arena below, that's where the sword bearers come out to play, if you will. And you have to kill a sword bearer to get a cleaver, so that way you can kill him. Which is weird. But even though he does have a shield, and in the description of the raid is pretty much self-explanatory, it can be damaged by normal weapons. So if you have a Gjallarhorn, max it out. The more maxed out your Gjallarhorn is, the better off you are, and the quicker you can kill Crota. Now on hard mode, in addition to the heroic modifier, playing Crotas End on level 33 difficulty causes the following changes. Teammate revival is disabled. The shriekers in the long hallway are harder to kill. The gatekeeper spawns with the sword bearer during the Crota encounter. During the Crota encounter, when a pair of boomers are killed, a wizard spawns instead of a cleaver knight. Crota enrages when he reaches low health, and he will. I've done that on hard, and it is very hard. Their challenges are as follows. Death Singer Challenge. Players must kill Uryu with a cleaver in order to make a cleaver spawn. All enemies except the Death Singer herself, including the attendant wizards and shriekers, must be defeated. This will cause a message to appear reading, Uryu screams in fear, and a number of enemies to spawn in the crystal room, the courtyard, and above both ogre rooms. Once these are killed, a sword bearer appears. Once the sword bearer is killed, it drops its cleaver and must be picked up by a guardian, carried into the crystal chamber, and used to kill the Death Singer. So, pretty much, like I said, it's self-explanatory. It's not that hard to do. It's fairly easy. Now, the guaranteed rewards are Random Adept Exotic Primary, Age of Triumph Ornament, and Silence After Song Emblem. That's what happens. That's what you get from doing the Death Singer challenge. The Crota challenge is, during the encounter, no guardian may pick up a cleaver more than once. This means that each time a sword bearer is killed, a different player must pick up a cleaver and use it to attack Crota. If a player drops the cleaver before it disappears on its own, they may not pick it back up. So, in other words, if you drop the cleaver, you ain't getting it back. The guaranteed rewards for this one is Exotic Adept Random Primary, Age of Triumph Ornament, and Soul Extracted Emblem, which is really fun to get. I like that emblem. I actually had that one too. The gaining loot Yes, yes. Gaining loot, reward points after crossing the bridge at the end of the stills, after killing 2 ogres on the other side of the totem bridge. You have to, if you kill the two ogres on the other side, you get extra loot. I didn't know that. After killing Uryu, rewards raid class items, exotic, and radiant materials. And you also gain more loot by killing Crota. After killing Crota. Chests. There are 2 chests in the raid. Both chests contain radiant materials and only reward loot once per week, regardless of difficulty. So, this is an interesting raid, actually, because you can actually get some rare stuff. But as far as materials go, it's usually the same. You usually get the same things over and over and over again. But it's always nice to have that in case you have to actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Upgrade your weapon or armor or subclasses stuff. So, the first chest is in the stills location. There are 7 doors along the walls of the room that may contain the chest. 5 doors are on the first floor along the left wall, and 2 doors on the second floor along the right wall. The door with the chest will have an orange light above it. If everyone in the fire team dies or reverts to the last checkpoint, the chest will respawn in a new location. And it does. And it sucks because you have to run and go grab it. None of the tasks until this point require a fire team. So it's possible to solo the chest. It is possible. Is it recommended to do it solo? No. Although I do know somebody else that can do it. And it is easy. I've watched somebody do it. His name was Death Presence. He did it by himself. He did not give a fuck. And I thought it was funny because he could do it by himself. And I'm like, how can you do this by yourself? And he actually told me, he said, you know what? Note to self. You can do it by yourself. You have to be a hunter and you have to have blink and you have to have your invisible cloak stuff. The second chest is located in the room after the bridge on the other side of the hole that leads to the fight with Uryu. The door to this room closes after a period of time. First, the fire team must kill the second Shrieker, which removes the barrier. Once the barrier is down, at least one player must get inside the room before the door closes. Once the player is in the room, the door will reopen automatically after a few seconds. The list of loot, normal and hard, armor. For the Titan, you get Willbreaker's Watch, Willbreaker's Fist, Willbreaker's Resolve, Willbreaker Greaves, and Mark of the Pit, Legendary Mark. And yes, this is all in order from Titan to Warlock. Hunter, you get Unyielding Cask, Dogged Gauge, Relentless Harness, Tireless Striders, and Shroud of Flies. For the Warlock, you receive Deathsinger's Gaze, Deathsinger's Grip, Deathsinger's Mantle, Deathsinger's Herald, and Bone Circlet, which is a legendary bond. Normal mode only, weapons. You got special weapons. You got Solar, Black Hammer, legendary sniper rifle. Arc, Light of the Abyss, legendary fusion rifle. Void, Swordbreaker, legendary shotgun, which is really fun when you are on Crucible. If you have a Swordbreaker, please use it in Crucible because that is probably one of the funnest weapons to use. Heavy weapons. Solar, Hunger of Crota. Arc, Song of Uryu, legendary machine gun. That's always fun, and I love that machine gun. Other is you have Crotas End, Light in the Abyss, and Cryptographic Emblem, Jump Ship, and Shader. Hard mode only. Weapons is Oversoul Edict, Abyss Defiant, Word of Crota, and Fang of Uryu. Yes, you get a lot of stuff. Other stuff like Jump Ship shaders and yeah. and a gun. Bane of Dark Gods, S-13 Grave Robber, Glowho, have it, or I did have it, and Crux of Crota. 390 light mode only. Primary, Oversoul Edict, Abyss Defiant, Word of Crota, Fang of Ur-U, Oversoul Edict, Abyss Defiant, Word of Crota, Fang of Ur-U, and those last 4 are actually all adepts. So, the special weapon, you have Black Spindle, Light of the Abyss, and Swordbreaker, which are all very fun, and those are not adept, but it's okay. And then you got your heavy weapons, which is Hunger of Crota and Song of Ur-U, both legendary rocket launcher and machine gun. One is solar and the other one is arc. So it's actually really fun. If you've never played the Raid of Crota, please go and try it. It's really fun. And please be careful. Don't get caught near the orange red lights. Excuse me. So if you like this video and you want more like it, and you will, because next one will be the Vault of Glass. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video and you want more, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I really do appreciate it. And I absolutely love Destiny. And this is exactly how much I love Destiny. So I'm having a lot of fun doing these videos, and I really enjoy doing them. So for those of you who like being rude and leaving rude comments, please refrain, control yourself, and try not to be too rude. But definitely, just do your thing. I would like to do a shout out also to one of my good friends who is a great cook. And I was told I can do this now. So if you are ever in Alabama, in Huntsville, South Huntsville to be exact, over in Jones Valley, please stop by Anaheim Soup. They've got the best chili ever. They have great salad, and my friend, Chef Spider, works there also. If you like this video and you want more, and you absolutely are waiting to have some wonderful chili, please come to Huntsville and enjoy some Anaheim Soup. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I will see you back later, and peace out.